Here, see, good afternoon all. Here you see that triangle shaped bone, this is known as scapula. Actually this scapula is of the right side one, it is situated here in this way, fine, over the posterior side of the rib cage. Now here you see that on the scapula the one projection is there, this is known as acromion process, and this small portion is known as coracoid process, and here the shallow cavity is there known as glenoid cavity, and just with the glenoid cavity, fine, just with the glenoid cavity, this is the humerus, this is the arm bone, fine. So humerus, it is connected to the scapula and from the shoulder joint, but you carefully you see that the head of the humerus is very much larger, fine, but cavity is very shallow, so chances of the dislocation is more, fine. So this is the humerus, the arm bone. Here, see, this is the ulna on the little finger side, and this is the radius. So actually here the radius and ulna both are joined together in this way. So thumb side radius and little finger side ulna, and it forms the elbow joint. So elbow joint is pivot type of joint, fine. So it is unidirectional one. So this ulna, it is articulate with the humerus. Remember that in elbow joint radius is not articulated, fine. So here ulna is articulate with the humerus and from the elbow joint. At the end of this, carpal bones are there. At the end of the radius and ulna, carpal bones are there, then metacarpals and then phalanges. Along with that, here next is ribs. So here so many ribs are there, vertebrae are there. So here in that vertebrae you see that just on the neck region small vertebrae are there, and in the thorax compared to the neck region large vertebrae are present, and just in the lumbar region very broad vertebrae like this. So this is the lumbar vertebrae, this is the thoracic vertebrae, okay, and these all are cervical vertebrae. Okay, so these three vertebrae you see that here in the lumbar vertebrae large body is there, thoracic vertebrae small body is there, and in cervical vertebrae very small body is there. And here with the thoracic vertebrae, when you see the vertebrae proper, this is known as vertebral body, and two vertebrae are joined together by intervertebral disc. આપણે બે મણકા વચ્ચે vertebrae actually in Gujarati it is known as મણકો, અને જે intervertebral disc છે એને આપણે બે મણકા વચ્ચેની ગાદી કહીએ છીએ. So it acts as a cushion like structure. So all the vertebrae are joined together one by one and form the vertebral column. And here in the vertebrae you see that two transverse processes are there. So one vertebrae I will show you. So just here the vertebral body is inside, and by back side we palpate each and every vertebrae one by one. Okay, so body is inside, and when you see proper, the two transverse processes are there. So from the two transverse processes, these ribs are now articulate with this vertebrae in this way. Wait, I will show you. I can hold it properly and you are able to see it. Fine. And just see here at this anterior most side, costal cartilage is there. Fine. So here the rib cage is formed, and here anterior side the chest bone is known as sternum. So this is the sternum, that is chest bone or breast bone, and here you see that articulating surface are there. So here costal cartilages are connected to that, and this sternum, it is present exactly here in the mid of the chest region, and just back to it heart is present. Okay, so this is the sternum. And one more else here, that the lowermost portion of this sternum is known as xiphisternum or xiphoid process, to which diaphragm is connected. And just I will show you that how the spinal cord pass through each and every vertebrae. So I pass the pen, just here 4 vertebrae are connected to that. So I pass the pen through these vertebrae. So assume that this pen is spinal cord. Spinal cord, it is protected in the spinal column, and just from that lateral side one nerve comes out. Fine. So in this way the vertebrae protect the spinal cord. Now I will show you that important vertebrae. See, we have shown the scapula, collarbone, clavicle, ribs, sternum. Now see, this is known as atlas. This is known as atlas. When you see it properly, the two curvatures are there. Fine. Here, see. So with this two curvature, our skull is now attached to it, and that two condyles, our skull is bicondylic. So two condyles of skull that is present in the occipital region, it is associated with this and form atlanto-occipital joint. So this one is the atlas. Atlas is fixed with the occipital bone of the skull. The second vertebrae is known as axis. Why it is known as axis? You see, if you are able to see that this is known as projection in the axis, and now this axis is articulate with the first vertebrae atlas like this. Fine. And this from the atlantoaxial joint. So atlas joined with the occipital bone of the skull known as atlanto-occipital joint, but here it is known as atlantoaxial joint. So this is the first vertebral cervical vertebrae atlas, and this is the axis. Fine. Axis can be identified by this axis, and this is the atlas. Now, this is the C-shaped bone or U-shaped bone, cartilaginous, very soft bone is there, and this is known as hyoid bone. Hyoid bone, it is situated in the neck region to which tongue is attached. So this is very soft C-shaped or U-shaped cartilaginous bone. Now, this is the most important one. Here, this is the right side hip bone. This is the hip bone. Hip bone is made up of three bones. Uppermost side, this is known as ilium. This bone is known as ischium, and this bone is known as pubis. So this wall is known as hip bone. Ilium, ischium and pubis, these three are joined together and form the one cavity that is known as acetabulum. So this acetabulum is associated with, this is the longest bone of the body. Fine. And this is the actually thigh bone. So ball of the femur, it is articulate with the socket of the hip bone. But you see properly that in the femur, this is the neck. So it is very common to break this neck in the aged person. એટલા માટે આપણે ક્યારેક એવું સાંભળીએ છે કે ગોળો ભાંગી ગયો. This is due to this. So here the neck is broken down. Yes, this is acetabulum. Acetabulum is much more deep and head is larger. So there is no chance of, see, I am disarticulating it. Try to disarticulate, but not able to do that. So dislocation is not possible here. So neck of the femur is able to break. Fine. And sometimes what happens due to aging, the bone degenerating changes occur, and as a result bones become much more weak. In aged person, due to calcium deficiency, the bones become much more weak. That's why they have much probability to get the fracture at this neck region specially. આને ગોળો ભાંગી ગયો એમ કહે છે. અને ઘણી વખત પોસિબલ એવું પણ છે કે જો આ neck, this ball and neck, if it is much more degenerated, So stainless steel head and neck of the femur is also transplanted. એને THR કહેવાય, total hip replacement or partial hip replacement પણ કહેવાય છે. Total hip replacement in that it's a surgical process. In total hip replacement, acetabulum as well as the head of the femur both are transplanted. Stainless steel is known as total hip replacement. બરોબર. અને ઘણી વખત ખાલી બોલ પણ બદલાવે છે. Fine. So here no chance of these articulates. Fine. Now, so this is the longest bone, femur, thigh bone. Now, this is the most important bone, sacrum. Sacrum. Here this sacrum, it is fused with the 9 bones. Yes. You know that the 5 sacral bones are joined together and form 5 sacral vertebrae are joined together from the 1 sacral bone. Same way 4 coaxial vertebrae joined together from the 1 coaxial bone. So here 9 bones are fused together. But actually here lowermost side it is not able to see properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here this is known as tailbone. So in other animals tail is start from here. But this is the vertebral column part, it is fused there. Fine. So this one is the adult bone, and now you see that in the ilium this one is the rough surface. So this rough surface, it is posterior side and it is articulate with this. Fine. So one hip bone, it is connected here. So another hip bone is connected here, and pubic bone joined together in front of each other, facing together in front of each other. Fine. And form the pubic symphysis. So here it forms the angle. So one pubic bone angle is here, one pubic bone angle is there. Fine, one margin is there. So here if this angle is less than 90 degree, then it is of the male one. And if it is greater than 100 degree, it is of female one. And now when I am standing like fine, the bones are in this way. And when I will try to sit, so my bone will move like that. So here this is the ischium, and ischium is also known as sitting bone. Why? Because we are sitting on it. Okay, so this is about the hip bone, and this is about the sacrum and coaxial bone. Now see, this one is the tibia. Tibia is situated on the thumb side. So assume that this is the right side leg. Fine. So this tibia is towards the thumb side, and this is the fibula. It is present on the little finger side. And now in this way, now in this way the knee joint is formed. Fine. So here actually you are able to see that the knee joint, it is formed between the femur and the tibia. So in knee joint there is no any part of the fibula. Fine. And along with that, here when you see it properly, Fine, so I can remove the fibula here and now try to attach the patella on it. So here this is the sesamoid bone. Fine, this is the sesamoid bone patella, and here I can show you the exact knee joint. Fine, it is like this. Okay, so here our knee joint is also pivot joint because it is only unidirectional. It is only unidirectional, and little bit we move the foot in inward and backward direction. It is due to partial movement of the tibia and fibula. No problem at all, dear all students, because joints are remaining there. Types of joint and example of that joints, and disorders of the skeletal system. Fine, so I will explain you in that topic. So here this is the knee joint, and here when you see properly, over the tibia and over the base of the femur, here this knee joint is weight bearing joint. Majority the whole body weight it is transferred through our knee joint. So in our body, most probably knee joint is affected first. So here what happened, degenerating changes occur on the uppermost part of the tibia and lowermost part of the femur. So according to that, lowermost part of the femur and uppermost part of the tibia can be replaced, that is made up of the stainless steel. It is known as TKR, total knee replacement therapy, and it is also surgical procedure. Fine, so this is about the femur and tibia and fibula. Okay, now yes, I am unable to form the foot right now because few bones are not holding in the proper stage. So see that here, this is the calcaneum. Actually calcaneum this is the tarsal bone. So this is the calcaneum over the talus bone, and other few 5 tarsal bones are joined together and form the ankle joint. Actually here tibia and fibula are connected there, and then anterior to it metatarsals are there, and then phalanges. But remember that inside of our foot curvature is there, and that curvature is required for balancing, for weight transfer, and sometime abnormally in few persons you see that flat foot is there. So in flat foot, fine, this curvature is absent. So this is known as calcaneum. Calcaneum, the heel bone, આપણી heel જે છે એ આ calcaneumની form છે. So these are about the bones. So I hope you understand this.